quick, easy, no frills, really easy to accomplish makeup look. Is that what I should call it in the title? Easy, no frill, quick, normal person doing their makeup look. Probably too many words. I'm not a makeup artist. I don't know what I'm doing. I just slap shit on my face and it somehow ends up where it does. Don't expect to learn anything. I bought it totally not knowing what it was and I loved it. That looks really shiny. Hit up all the contour spots. This is literally the only thing I've been wearing. Formula is fantastic. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Katie and today I'm not really doing a makeup. Is this a makeup tutorial? I don't know. I'm a normal person putting on their makeup in front of a camera, so I don't want to say that this is a makeup tutorial. It's just kind of a get ready with me on how I have been wearing my makeup for the last few weeks that I've just been loving. It's a really simple look actually. I think I'm only using 7 products. If you want to see how I got this look and my naked face, just stay tuned in 3, 2, 1. All right, here goes nothing. Don't expect to learn anything. Is this like a bad omen having like an open door to a hallway in the back of a video? It just seems like I'm not into feng shui, but if I were, I feel like I wouldn't be all about having that like that. Okay, so like I said in the beginning, this is a pretty simple makeup look. The video will probably end up being like 15 minutes as they all somehow magically end up being, but this probably would take me literally 5 minutes to do in real life. So usually I've been using this IT Cosmetics CC cream for the last 2 years. I've loved it. I use it with an expert face brush from Real Techniques, but just recently at my local Target, I saw an end cap of all of this L'Oreal Lumi Glotion. And let me tell you, I bought it totally not knowing what it was. I was like, is this a primer? It doesn't really say what it is. There are different shade ranges. This one happens to be medium 903. And you can mix it with foundation, which I've done. I've mixed it with that CC cream, which is nice. You can use the bronze shades to contour a little bit. There's lighter shades that you can use to highlight. Tell you what, I happened to use this all over my face the first time and I loved it. It feels amazing going on. It feels like really slick and hydrating and glowy, and it just leaves the nicest glowy skin, and I love it. It's a little bit bronzy, so it is a little bit deeper than my skin tone. You know, my biggest issue with my skin is that I'm trying to cover up hyperpigmentation, as you can see. And so I feel almost like going a little bit darker. Not that this is like a dark foundation, this wouldn't work, but since this is really kind of like a sheer glow, it works. And I just put this on with my fingers. Something about this that looks really shiny right here, but I swear it's not as, once you blend it in, it's not as bad. Something about that, this is just a little bit deeper than my skin tone. Since it's winter, I haven't like been bronzing or self-tanning or anything. I like that it gives me a little bit of a, you know, tan glow. But it actually, like, instead of putting a lighter color foundation on that, I mean, that matches your skin, but is lighter than all of that pigmentation, it's like you're trying to cover all that up. Where this, it's almost like I'm almost blending in something that's the color of the pigmentation, if that makes sense. And it just makes my skin look so much better, and it feels so nice going on. And like I said, it's definitely not like I'm smearing on a dark foundation on my skin, so that's not the case at all. And I mean, you could use this as a base and use your foundation over top of it if you wanted to. I love, like, doesn't my skin already look so much better just with this? I'm so impressed. It looks like it's so hydrated. There's a glow, there's a little bit of a bronze. It's covered up a good amount of my pigmentation issues. I'm just thrilled with it. So I'll show you what I used to use for concealer. I used to use, and I still love it, I still use it, but I'm using something new now. This is the IT Cosmetics Bye Bye Under Eye. But I heard so many people talk about this Nars Soft Matte Complete Concealer with all of, you know, the 2017 year-end beauty favorite videos happening. I heard so many people talk about this. I think this might have came out in the beginning of last year, maybe? But it's just like a pot concealer. I have the color Custard, but I can use this both under my eyes and on pigmentation, and it covers up so nice. Now, I would say that this isn't like super brightening for under your eyes. If you want something that's like super, super brightening. Maybe if I use the next shade lighter, it would be, but I don't really want to own two different pot concealers. But this really cancels out all of that blue that I have under my eyes really nicely. So then I'm just going to dab this all over my face where I have pigmentation that I'm trying to cover up a little bit. And you know, I don't want to say that this is, because this is creamy, but I almost feel like this is a little bit, I don't want to say that this is dry, but it's just not as, like the Bye Bye Under Eye is really, really creamy, almost like tacky creamy, and then it sets, but it's like just thicker, where this is like just kind of easier to work with. You just kind of put it there and it's there. And I found that this really kind of lasts all day too. So I'm pretty impressed with it. I mean, I'm going to put bronzer on later, so sometimes I don't worry about like covering up every little thing, you know, perfectly, especially since I feel like I have so much pigmentation on my face. Like I really can't try to cover up every single little dot. So yeah, I don't have any like active breakouts right now on my face, but it's just all this post-acne pigmentation that I'm trying to cover up. And honestly, I have to say, I haven't been as happy with like a base situation, a face base, as I have with these two, which is so easy because I don't have to use a brush with either one of them, so it's really nice. Next, I'm going to bronze with my Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. I've been using this for years now. I love this. And I don't really contour with it necessarily, but I do like an all over bronze, but like in a contoury way, if that makes sense. Like I guess I hit up all the contour spots, but not in like a super chiseled out contour way. I'm just basically trying to like bronze the exterior of the face a little bit. And then sometimes I'll take this brush and I'll just pinch it together and set it in the bronzer and go down the sides of my nose just a little bit instead of like really contouring it separate. And then I just kind of like the way that adds a little something. And that's basically it for the face. That's so easy. Okay, so next I'm going to do my eyeshadow. Oh, you know what? I haven't tried using this on my eyes, on my eyelids as like a primer sort of situation. I'm actually gonna do that today just to sort of cancel out all of this killer on my eyelids. So the next thing I'm moving on to is eyeshadow, and this is the easiest eyeshadow look ever because I'm using literally one shadow, and it is from the Urban Decay Naked Heat palette. Everyone calls this color Lumbre, but I'm sorry, this is Lumbre. And I pronounce things really wrong, but that's Lumbre because it's R-E, not E-R. And so I think Lumbre means fire, and this is the heat palette, so that makes sense. So I actually am using, like I usually don't use the brushes that come with any palette, but for some reason, I've just been liking this. So literally, I just use this one shadow and I pack it on my lid, buff it out a little bit. This is literally the only thing I've been wearing. And I've never had so many people ask me before, like, what is that color that you're wearing? And I love it because I think that, you know, it looks really good with blue eyes, that's for sure, because it's sort of like a coppery, bronzy, peachy. And I've never been into burgundy reddish colors, but this is just so unique and pretty and nothing like I've ever used before, and I really, really like it. Now, sometimes if I'm really like getting fancy and I have a minute, I will either start first or end with one of these like bronzy tones in the crease a little bit to sort of blend it out, but I'm keeping it real. This is most days I just have this on, and Lord knows that's a heck of a lot easier just using the one. It just has like this nice gold like shimmer to it that is just so pretty. And honestly, I think that's what makes it look like it's more complicated of a look than it is. I'm just gonna use another brush just to blend this out a little bit. But I mean, that's literally all I do. It's so easy. I've got microbladed eyebrows. I do go in with just a little bit to fill in just a little bit. And I use the L'Oreal Brow Stylist Definer in the color Brunette. This is a literal dupe for the Anastasia Brow Wiz, which is 4 times the price of this guy. So this is so amazing. And then I like to add just a little bit of color throughout my brow. And I have a whole video on my microblading process. I'll link it up above. Okay, so I'm just gonna curl my eyelashes. And then I've been loving for a long time the CoverGirl Supersizer Mascara in Very Black. Basically, this is the only thing that holds my eyelashes somewhat up, so I have really been liking this. I am going to use this new lipstick from Bobbi Brown that I got recently that I love. I got this as like a point perk thing from Sephora, and it's the Bobbi Brown Crushed Lip Color in the color Babe. And I tell you what, I am so into this formula. I also love this color, but I'm so into this formula. I have since gone on YouTube and watched like a whole swatch thing from a UK makeup artist for Bobbi Brown. I'll link that below actually if you want to see all the colors too. There's at least 3 colors that I want to get. But I am going to use this with a little bit of a lip liner, and this is from Colorpop. The color is Brink. It's almost the exact same color as this Babe, and I just find that it helps. I find that it helps this color last a little bit longer, and that it gives it, because this is sort of like a blotted down lip color that looks a little like it's been worn for a little bit, but I feel like this makes it look a little bit more polished. It is such a rainy, foggy, gross day outside today, so I hope that this lighting is not complete garbage. Okay, so there is the lip liner. And I swear that this color is really similar to this. It just oomps it up a little bit more. But this formula is fantastic. So it's totally creamy when it goes on. It feels beautiful. I think there's like vitamin E and beeswax in this. So it's meant to feel kind of like a soothing lip treatment as well. It's supposed to feel really moisturizing and soft, as well as go on super easy. But this is supposed to look like a blotted down lip color, and that's why it says it's like a crushed lipstick. But this is, it's not exactly matte, but it's not exactly shiny either. I think I heard someone refer to it as a demi matte, or like that it's sort of a matte, but it definitely does dry down a little bit to a stain. I didn't realize at all, because I just got this as a sample, so it's not like I bought the product knowing what it was. But when I got it, put it on, and I'd gone out to lunch with my son. I was really surprised that after lunch, I was expecting him to look in the mirror and my lipstick be completely gone, and it was still there. Not perfect. I mean, it was not exactly like this, but 4 to 5 hours later, there was still a hint of a color, and I wasn't expecting that at all, because this is definitely feels like a classic, creamy, but even more comfortable lip formula, and it lasts over time, and it's meant to be a long wearing lip color. So I'm completely impressed with those. Okay, now the one thing that I do is I've been using this as a little bit of blush on the cheek as well. And I just kind of love like, oh, that looks like a little bit too much over here. I'm gonna take a little bit of it off. I just kind of love like the monochrome look, that it's like the eyes, the lips, and the cheeks, it's all sort of matchy. So that's it. That is the finished makeup look that I've been wearing almost every day. Like I said, it probably takes me 5 minutes to do it in real life, which is great because it's not a lot of products, it's not a lot of brushes, it's just so easy. So I'm sure you didn't probably learn very much because I'm just a real person putting their makeup on. But if you like this, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't. I would love to have you back for more, and I will see you again in another video real soon. Bye.